G'day team, it's your old mate, the Kiwi Badger.
On5.com.
Yeah, so when Manfred's in town after going for a ride or spending a lot of time in town, I note that Manfred gets quite hot, and I've never heard the fan running on the right hand radiator. So I decided to investigate that little problem and found that Manfred has been dropped at some stage before he's come into my possession. What does that mean? That means that one of the radiators, the right hand radiator which holds the cooling fan, is bent, and the fan housing is bolted to that radiator, and it's bent out of shape, which has then stopped the fan from spinning. So long story short, I fixed the housing and had to trim the fan blades to allow it to spin within the housing, and have put the fan on an independent switch, so now I can turn it on and off at my heart's desire. I've just got to make sure though, because it's wired directly to the battery, that if I turn the fan on, that I've got to turn the fan off when I park the bike up, otherwise I'll run the battery flat, because I did not connect it to the ignition. So yeah, a little bit reassuring, so at least now I can turn the fan on when I'm riding around in town. I'm just obviously heading in towards Palmerston North now. I'm out to meet with one of my subscribers, Phil. We're going to go for a little bit of a ride, and yeah, to see how things pan out. He's got a Lambs approved Harley 500, which is quite a neat looking little machine actually. It's good to see Harley playing the Lambs game. For those of you that aren't sure or don't know what Lambs is, it's an acronym for Learner Approved Motorcycle. So if you're on a learner or a restricted license, you have to have a motorbike that falls within that category of a Lambs bike. Alrighty, so we've got Phil there in front leading the pack, a pack of two. I'm just going to head out through the gorge, should have a Paia tour for a caffeinated beverage, and yeah, back over the Paia tour track. So a nice mix of open road, twisty stuff and whatnot, so yeah, should be a good little ride. That's a good truck driver. Cheers mate. It's good to see people that show a little bit of consideration for motorcyclists, or just consideration on the road in general. He knew he wasn't going to get up to speed, so he pulled over and let us through. Top man. So boys and girls of YouTube land who have not yet got a motorcycle but are looking at doing it, I don't know if you've ever wondered, or you know why riders ride in a formation such as we're in at the moment. I'm about to tell you why. We've got a car up ahead there who's taking up obviously a majority of the lane. Phil over here is in the right hand wheel track, so he can see ahead of that car and he can see oncoming traffic, which allows him to judge and anticipate any passing manoeuvres he may wish to do. I'm over here in the left hand wheel track because I want to be able to see ahead of the rider in front of me, and if I have to stop, I've got a clear lane directly ahead of me, so it means if I have to brake and Phil out brakes me, I can still travel past him safely. I'm not going to rear end him. But I'm not a big fan of riding in the middle of the lane over here on the roughest part of the road, purely because it's the least used part of the road and is more likely to hold puncture risks like nails and screws and that kind of thing. At least I know that if I follow the left-hand wheel track of the car ahead of me, if there's going to be an obstruction that's going to cause a puncture, that car is more likely to pick it up than what I am. So yeah, let him get a puncture instead. Riding tip number 2, the curlies or the twisties. It's a little bit contradictory to what I just said about riding in formation. But if you're in a group that knows what they're doing, you'll find that everyone kind of does it. You break formation a little bit, and you need to be looking at, unless you're super confident and experienced, or you ride really slowly, which is fine. Don't be afraid to use the entirety of the width of your lane to assess and get around corners. Okay, you'll see Phil there, he's on the right hand side of his lane, and he cuts across to the left hand side, which is entirely fine to break formation in a situation like this. It also means you have to turn less. I mean, I love corners, so I stick within my lane usually, so I'm able to do this kind of thing. But if you just want to pick a nice straight line through the corners, it means you're going to have to cross from the left hand side of your lane to the right hand side, which is entirely fine. And it's probably the safest way to go through the twisties. You just want to be careful on blind corners. You don't know if cars are going to come around the corner, taking up more of their lane, and cross the centre line and have you for breakfast. So just be a little bit wary of oncoming vehicles. But you're entitled to the whole width of the lane, so if you want to use it, use it.